Hello, hello. Welcome, guys, to the start of our Game 6 coverage. 4 more games only to be played here before the tournament ends. And before we launch into the pre-game content, I just want to issue a little volume warning. So please, if you have your volume at all high, I advise you turn that down a little bit and enjoy our pre-game content. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fact Sports, where we're kicking off the show with the coverage of the 843 MPT tournament. Team Cheese's bench lineup struggled yesterday, only picking up 1 point in a tough contest, falling 5 points behind in total. Boys, should Cheese start getting nervous? Oh, you already know what I think. He the GOAT. GOAT winning it all. We're going back to back. Jim, my old grandmother always used to tell me, I'd rather some cheese on my bread than an MP in my cap. Jim, look at his teammates. They're letting him down every time. Well, isn't he supposed to be the GM? Oh, there you go. See, you always do this, Jim. You always say it's his responsibility. It's his team. But GOAT proving you wrong this time. All right, is it my turn? I hear everything you just said. And before I launch, let me go big picture. Elk and Battleship just saved Cheese's legacy 2 nights ago. What? Oh, you hatin'. Time out. It's my turn. The guy you call quote-unquote GOAT, I say phony GOAT. What happened in game 1? It was the biggest collapse of a superstar I have ever witnessed. Incan's great land, perfect scouting. It was right there for the taking, but he just folded. I've never seen anything like it. He's no clutch gene, no killer instinct. How can he be anyone's GOAT? He's just a nice guy. The other day, Love called him the N-word. The N-word. Obviously not the racial one, the mustache one. So he called him the N-word, and the next day, they just play a game together. He just doesn't care. He's friends with everyone. I just know if someone called you or me the N-word, there's no coming back from that. That's a bridge burned. Oh, you already know we swinging. So I just don't see it. He's a mere solo act of a stat machine. He doesn't even care about winning. Are you a hater? He just won the Brawl 1066 tournament, and he should have been MVP too. Oh, stop it. That Mickey Mouse ring? Antiquity bailed him out. Your GOAT disappeared in the finals, literally. He didn't even play in the 4th. Game 3, I was there. Cheese turned into Freeze. Obi just 1v1'd him. I'm not gonna let you do that, Jim. The refs stole that one, you know that. That was the worst call in finals history. Anyways, the point is, Cheese disappears down the stretch. I just don't know how you can believe in him to turn this thing around. Alright, boys, very exciting. We've got to kick it back to the live coverage now, though. Game 6 of the 843 MPT tournament starting in just a few moments. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Alright, again a little volume warning. I'm going to play the pre-game content again, which might be a little loud, so turn down your volume if you need to. We've just loaded into the game for the first time, just so you guys know, so expect the game to start within the next, well, 5 to 8 minutes or something like that, is what I would guess. Have fun and grab some snacks if you need to. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fact Sports, where we're kicking off the show with the coverage of the 843 MPT tournament. Team Cheese's bench lineup struggled yesterday, only picking up 1 point in a tough contest, falling 5 points behind in total. Boys, should Cheese start getting nervous? Oh, you already know what I think. He the GOAT. GOAT winning it all. We're going back to back. Jim, my old grandmother always used to tell me, I'd rather some cheese on my bread than an impy in my cap. Jim, look at his teammates. They're letting him down every time. Well, isn't he supposed to be the GM? Oh, there you go. See, you always do this, Jim. You always say it's his responsibility. It's his team. But GOAT proving you wrong this time. All right, is it my turn? I hear everything you just said. And before I launch, let me go big picture. Elk and Battleship just saved Cheese's legacy 2 nights ago. What? Oh, you hatin'. Time out. It's my turn. The guy you call quote-unquote GOAT, I say phony GOAT. What happened in game 1? It was the biggest collapse of a superstar I have ever witnessed. Incans, great land, perfect scouting. It was right there for the taking, but he just folded. I've never seen anything like it. He's no clutch gene, no killer instinct. How can he be anyone's GOAT? He's just a nice guy. The other day, Love called him the N-word. The N-word. Obviously not the racial one, the mustache one. So he called him the N-word, and the next day, they just play a game together. He just doesn't care. He's friends with everyone. I just know if someone called you or me the N-word, there's no coming back from that. That's a bridge burned. Oh, you already know we swinging. So I just don't see it. He's a mere solo act of a stat machine. He doesn't even care about winning. Are you a hater? He just won the Brawl 1066 tournament, and he should have been MVP too. Oh, stop it. That Mickey Mouse ring? Antiquity bailed him out. Your GOAT disappeared in the finals. Literally. He didn't even play in the 4th. Game 3, I was there. Cheese turned into Freeze. Obi just 1v1'd him. I'm not gonna let you do that, Jim. The refs stole that one. You know that. That was the worst call in finals history. Anyways, the point is, Cheese disappears down the stretch. I just don't know how you can believe in him to turn this thing around. Alright boys, very exciting. We've got to kick it back to the live coverage now though. Game 6 of the 843 MPT tournament starting in just a few moments. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fact Sports, where we're kicking off the show with the coverage of the 843 MPT tournament. Team Cheese's bench lineup struggled yesterday, only picking up 1 point in a tough contest, falling 5 points behind in total. Boys, should Cheese start getting nervous? Oh, you already know what I think. He the GOAT. GOAT winning it all. We're going back to back. Jim, my old grandmother always used to tell me, I'd rather some cheese on my bread than an impy in my cap. Jim, look at his teammates. They're letting him down every time. Well, isn't he supposed to be the GM? Oh, there you go. See, you always do this, Jim. You always say it's his responsibility. It's his team. But GOAT proving you wrong this time. Alright, is it my turn? I hear everything you just said. And before I launch, let me go big picture. Elk and Battleship just saved Cheese's legacy 2 nights ago. What? Oh, you hatin'. Time out. It's my turn. The guy you call quote-unquote GOAT, I say phony GOAT. What happened in game 1? It was the biggest collapse of a superstar I have ever witnessed. Incans, great land, perfect scouting. It was right there for the taking, but he just folded. I've never seen anything like it. He's no clutch gene, no killer instinct. How can he be anyone's GOAT? He's just a nice guy. The other day, Love called him the N-word. The N-word. Obviously not the racial one, the mustache one. So he called him the N-word, and the next day, they just play a game together. He just doesn't care. He's friends with everyone. I just know if someone called you or me the N-word, there's no coming back from that. That's a bridge burned. Oh, you already know we swinging. So I just don't see it. He's a mere solo act of a stealth machine. He doesn't even care about winning. Or you a hater? He just won the Brawl 1066 tournament, and he should have been MVP too. Oh, stop it. That Mickey Mouse ring? Antiquity bailed him out. Your GOAT disappeared in the finals. Literally. He didn't even play in the fourth. Game 3, I was there. Cheese turned into Freeze. Obi just 1v1'd him. I'm not gonna let you do that, Jim. The refs stole that one, you know that. That was the worst call in finals history. Anyways, the point is, Cheese disappears down the stretch. I just don't know how you can believe in him to turn this thing around. Alright boys, very exciting. We've got to kick it back to the live coverage now though. Game 6 of the 843 MPT tournament starting in just a few moments. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in all. So glad to be back with the tournament here on our super weekend with 2 games per day. The first of which is going to be played here in just a second. We're just waiting for one last player to join the reload and the action is going to commence right thereafter. I hope you guys enjoyed the pregame content. I personally thought it was fire, but you know, tastes are different. And this game is looking real interesting again. We've got some new players again. We've got Cheeze-Maclunkey making his tournament debut here. And as you've already seen, Antiquity sticking with their top tier lineup of Anti and Kismic. We've got Mac and Cheese finally, which I've been looking forward to for quite a while. And Zardoz and Byzantine Fire again for Team Halu, both having already played a game in the event, is not going to be that huge of a surprise either. So, we've got the lineups covered, some well-known players there, and with Mac playing his first game here, maybe it's gonna get a bit spicy and we're gonna see stuff that we haven't seen just yet. So it's shaping up to be another exciting game for our tournament. Standings are still relatively close, as you guys know, so there's really no guarantee how this all is going to go. Oh, apologies, I think my volume is a little bit low here actually. Yeah, I'm turning it up just a bit because I've always had it a little bit higher than this. Just let me know if it's too loud now, but yeah, this is more comparable to what I have usually had it at. Again, I can adjust it though if it's needed. All right. All right, everybody's now in the reload, and that means we're launching now. Oops, I'm not checked in. Lol, I'm holding us back. There we go. Game 6 of the 843 MPT tournament starting right here. Make sure to enjoy this one thoroughly, guys. We're approaching the last third of the event. For everybody looking forward to the rest of the event, the next game, Game 7, is going to be played pretty soon after this one. There's going to be a short break, but it's going to start just over 4 hours from now. So that's going to be interesting too, to see if teams make any adaptations, if some new players come in that aren't playing in this one right now. But let's focus on this one here first. Game 6, Mac and Cheese, Zardoz and Biz, Anti and Kismic, and here we go, we're underway. Game has started. Very little tech difficulty so far, so I'm glad about that. Lots of turn 1 plants though. Only 2 people planting there initially when we first launched, so people maybe not so happy with their spawns, at least not with their initial look. Both everybody, okay, everybody's just planting now. Apparently my spy failed onto Cheese. Yeah, he's letting me know about it, flexing on me. That's what happens from time to time. Alright, everybody else let me in though, so glad about that. Alright, this game's already on the way, and I think this is going to be one of the better maps. I think at least a better map than the last 2 maps we played. A little bit more close quarter combat possible early on. Let's check where everybody spawned before we get into the scouting analysis and everything. I love the play from Zardoz with the double scout. That's something I like to do myself quite a lot with expansionist civs too. But now, where did everybody spawn? Mac and Cheese, Roman Incans quite far apart, you can see. But they've got decent land, both of them. Cheese, of course, off freshwater, which is awful. Well, I'll take that back. Cheese doesn't have decent land. Cheese has okay land, a good capital, but no freshwater, so for agricultural specifically, it's pretty poor land. He's getting 2 good cities, maybe 3, and that's it. And yeah, that's not too great for him. As you can see, Mac has already figured out in chat where his iron is, because there's only one spot that it could be. Of course, he picked iron for his capital, so he's guaranteed to have it right there. And that's a pretty safe spot in the backline, so he's not going to be mad about that. For the other players, what do we have? We've got Kismic and Antiquity, who are, well, somewhat close to each other. I don't think they're going to be mad about that. Kismic on the Mayans here, rather than the front line, whereas the Sumerians are in the backline. I am sure they would have loved to have that switched around. Backline Mayans with all these rivers here would have been gorgeous. Sumeria in the front could have really given Cheese a tough time there on the Incans. But at least this time around they didn't get the ideal map. So I guess it balances out. A 3rd scout even for Zardoz now. That's interesting. He's really committing for that scouting. His teammate Byzantine Fire again at the very center of the map. If you guys remember from the previous games, it's so unfortunate for him, but he always tends to spawn in the middle, and this time around he doesn't even have a good defensive civ. However, he's really gonna like his starting land. He's got lots of cities to plant. He can plant anywhere on this freshwater lake or along these rivers here, so he's really gonna like what he's seeing right now. Maybe not so much once he spots the Mayans, who are definitely gonna team up on him with their teammates Sumerians from the northwest. But it could be worse for Byzantine Fire, definitely. A sad thing for him is he can't know where his iron is at. It could be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tiles. So that's no, it can't be on the mountain, I guess, with the silks being nearby, and the hill either. So it could be on 4 different tiles for all he knows. That's still pretty difficult to figure out early. So he just kind of has to guess which direction is the most beneficial one to road for the time being. Nobody has been spotted yet by Zardoz with his 3 scouts, but that's not going to take that much longer. Cheese is already well aware of where the Mayans are at though, and I don't think Kismic has spotted that scout yet, so he might get surprised soon. He's stepped onto the mountain here. He's got real good ties for defensive vision if he decides to put a few warriors out. That definitely would be a good choice to surround himself and get a better sense of where everybody's coming from. I wonder how Cheese is going to play it now. He's made that first Chasqui in Cusco, and we'll see where he goes with that one, as Kismic might be able to spot him sometime soon, especially if he doesn't move his scout away from the Mayans now. Looks like he's debating how many Chasquis to move out with, and not moving that scout for now, so he might get spotted here in just a second. Would be quite regrettable there for him. And yeah, there he goes. Alright, so that his plans already hindered quite a bit as his scout is being spotted. Not his border yet though, so Kismic can't be exactly sure of where Cheese would be coming from, but I guess he knows, right? South or east is the only reasonable options there. Should really move that scout away, I think, but also, of course, bad luck that Kismic chose to go in this exact direction. Typically, people would move their first warriors more towards the center of the map, where it's more likely that enemies are at. So it's also definitely some bad luck there for Cheese. Zardoz and ByzFire have made contact in the middle. Beneficial for them, of course, being the first team to have spotted each other. And I wonder where Kismic chooses to go next. If he moves here onto any tile bordering this lake, he will spot Cheese's border, and that's gonna then alert him to the very close by Incan capital. Never a sight you like to see in the early game, that's for sure. Some more huts here being spotted by Byzantine. I assume he might leave them all for his teammate there, Zardoz, who is expansionist. Of course, you can't pop settlers on this map, but what you can do is, as Kismic didn't move forward onto the lake bordering tiles, what you can do is you can avoid popping barbs on your capital, which is something you would very much like to do if possible in MPT. Antiquity not so fortunate so far. Looks like he popped some barbs on over there, but at least his Enkidu has survived. Cheese figuring best to just roll with that one Chasqui that he's got. Wonder what Kismic's up to. I don't think he would go for the settler right away, right? I mean, that's too greedy if you know that the Incans are nearby. He didn't spot their border, though, so he doesn't know how close exactly they are. He only saw their scout, so maybe he's underestimating the danger. Let's see. Cheese is moving in. Settler comes out. It might be a 1v1, quite possibly. We're not sure if Kismic's got another warrior in his capital there. But Cheese is also not attacking right now. He knows no reinforcements can come in. Oh boy, how is he gonna play this? Maybe he's waiting for that settler to come out. Let's check how many. There's 4 warriors for Kismic. Okay, so he's got 2 in capital. He's got 2 of them in cap. Good job by him, not greeting too hard. Ooh, alright. This is getting interesting here, Kismic. I'm not sure how many moves that Chasqui still has. I don't think he can move with that this turn. But double move via the iron maybe. He moves in. Yep, there he goes. Spots the settler. The pillage would be massive. If he could get that pillage off, it would make it really awkward. But he's playing this one slow. And Kismic hasn't spotted that second Chasqui yet. He doesn't go for the connecting road. He goes onto the mined one. And the pillage comes out. Alright, that's definitely a major setback for Kismic already. Cheese not rolling for the potential 1v1 was a good choice there. And you can see still 4 warriors. The next warrior for the Mayans comes out next turn. He will then have... Oh yeah, he's moving that one back. So he will then have 5 warriors guarding these 2 cities. That's all fine in that case. Interesting. I love to see it. Spearman early for Rome is something I still find myself disagreeing with. But let's focus in on the Mayans. Tiles being blocked now. There's not a ton of warriors in Chichen Itza. But of course he can reinforce from Copan. So I think Cheese is probably rather just slow playing this. Maybe sitting on the iron for a while, trying to mess up the tile allocations by stepping onto bonus grasslands. I don't think he'll be hitting all that soon because he stopped building more Chasqui scouts. Don't expect him to hit a city here. Maybe trying to take the road, though, could be an option. This is getting hot early there in the east, and I told you I like this map better than the last 2 ones. Wouldn't be surprised if a settler came out from Cheese very soon, because he's scouted south and not found the Zulu just yet. Looks like he's actually hitting for Chichen Itza, though. I misjudged that one. He still might be able to pillage the road, but no. Potentially try to move out of harm's way with that Chasqui. But yeah, that was a close one. I didn't expect that one at all. But a decent roll he took there. Alright. That's not terrible RNG, but it of course had major upside. Sigh of relief for Team Antiquity. Would have been a bad death early on here. The Kismic patented size 3 settler almost cost him there. Golden Age for Cheese on 1 city now. How is he gonna play that? Is he just gonna go for straight archer spam on 1 city? Hope not. That doesn't sound like the ideal play in that spot, especially when your teammate also is still stuck on one city there. Would like to see a settler from Rome soon as well. Doesn't seem like he has scouted a lot though, so he's not sure if there's Sumerians nearby. Maybe feels a bit scared to overexpand. Has the settler out now though, so that's all fine for him. Alrighty. Impy's coming out for Zardoz now. He spotted Mayans and Incans, so it makes sense that he would move out now. And Zulu not... Oh yeah, just spotted by the Romans. Decent job there. ByzFire closed the Mayans. How does Cheeze know? Oh no, the Mayans, of course. Yeah, I'm the slow one. Never mind. Celts and Mayans very close there. So that's getting interesting between our three aggressives here. They're able to skirmish a lot early on if they so choose. Cheese got a chance to take out that scout potentially now from Zardoz. Cheese known to be a fast player. Can he get that off? No, he doesn't. He gets a war declaration, but nothing more. However, he could double move with that warrior if it really was that important to him. And try to take that scout out start of next turn. I expect him to go for that actually. He always likes to show off his quickness. So wouldn't be surprising if he went for that. Still another city about to come out, I think, for Anti. Feel like he would go for another settler here. Looks like he's got a low population, but maybe that's just the regular growth because he's not agricultural. Interesting. Golden Age is now taken by Cheese and by Antiquity, apparently. Nobody else just yet, I don't think. The impies haven't been moved into harm's way just yet. And Cheese doesn't go for the attempt on the scout. Gets a good move up onto the mountain, and that's a veteran warrior gone for Kismic. It's a nice job by Cheese denying that defensive position and taking out the warrior. With such mountainous terrain, it's really beneficial if you can outspeed your opponent and make him attack into you on some mountains. That's great. You can see right there, big value out of that one already. Cheese with his Golden Age still on one city there. He's preparing to road. He wants to plant on that lake, obviously. But yeah, it's taken him a while, of course, to get there. All right, he's thinking about that one city archer spam, though, it looks like. I still wonder if that's wise. Your opponent got a very good early growth of 2 good cities. I think with one city archer spam only, you're not going to be able to take him out, and Rome's not going to be able to help you. So I don't really think this is a viable play for Cheese. Not even sure. Oh, Cheese saying he can't even irrigate. Well, not without making a city, but a city here would be pretty good. So you could irrigate all these tiles over here. Yeah. That's how it goes sometimes, I guess. He's really unfortunate, of course. He's got that worst spawn on this map for sure. No questions. And being agricultural is definitely hoping for something else, but it could be worse, right? Here, got that early triangle here, and I love the fact that there's these 3 nearby civs are all on different teams. That's promising some action here, and we already saw some of it, so I like what I'm seeing there. Rome now on 2 cities. He's got a pretty quiet spot in the corner for himself. It could be worse for Team Cheese, undoubtedly, as he's spotting the Impy coming in now. Wonder if Zardoz is going to pivot the second one, or if he's just going to go for Mayans now that he's been spotted by the Incans. Don't think so, though. I think he might split them one on each. He just wants to pressure as many people as possible on the opposing team. And the Mayans are closer to his teammate, so he might want to actually bother the Mayans more than the Incans. And remember, Byzantine doesn't know that Cheese is already in Golden Age. His team wasn't involved in that altercation earlier. Cheese losing Scout to Barb is unfortunate, of course, because that would have meant contact with his teammate. It happens, though. At least he's got some info on where Byzantine and whatnot are at. Alright, Zardoz being sneaky with the second Impy. I like to see that. Already the Javelin Thrower coming out for Kismic, and Cheese has vision of that. I don't think he's going to give over that Golden Age in that case. He's just going to be sitting on those mountains, and I don't think Kismic will hit Javelin Thrower into warriors on mountains, so he might just end up taking the golden age from his teammate Antiquity, who's already bringing some Enkidu warriors over, bothering the Celts right now, and that's what I pointed out immediately. The most obvious 2v1 that's going to take place is Kismic and Antiquity against Byzantine Fire with the Celts, and that's just, again, it's so unfortunate watching this guy play 1v2 every time. It's unfortunate for Cheese really in this spot, yeah. He didn't get that early second city while he could, and now he's got this impis on his border. Of course, it would always have been a gamble. You don't know how the Zulu actually were, so I don't blame him really. Let's see how he plays this one though. Gets that one impi moving in on him. Zardoz making sure to let him feel the pain as well. And he's gonna see now that Cheese isn't in all that great spot. Wonder how they'll strategize about this. Warrior wall for Byzantine is nice, but it's just a single file warrior wall without any defensive boni here in the middle. And there we go. Team Antiquity actually going for what we were thinking. They given over that 2-city golden age. Kismic really respecting Cheese, despite seeing that Incan land isn't that great right now. Wonder what he's gonna do. I mean, he might just go for a few chariots there, Cheese, but I don't even think they're that effective in this one. Doesn't look like that's the best game for them. So, going might get tough there. Second MP truly might be making his way on over to the Mayans. Cheese moving on forward with warrior, probably just gonna go back onto the mountain though. Kismic had a single warrior in that city apparently for a second. Decides to reinforce off of the iron. Cheese might be thinking about the 2v1 at this point. I personally don't think it's worth it. Oh, but there it is. The iron's been eroded now. But I was just gonna say, you could argue for attacking with both these warriors into the iron to take out the worker before the road completes, but it's just gotten done with the Control R command. You can complete roads mid-turn. So, nice usage of that by Kismic, as Maclunkey realizes that he's in a real nice spot there. His backline huts are going to be taken out by the Zulu, but he's not going to be too mad about that as he loses his warrior on offense. Veteran warrior pretty effective for Zardoz down here. Capital burning as well now for Cheese. Oh, he's gonna hate that spot here. He's really gonna hate it. Not so nice land, no freshwater agri, burning capital now. His opponent's already upgraded some swords. He's not liking it. It's definitely, yeah, and his opponents in general, he was already complaining a bit in the lobby that Mayans, or Sumerians rather, and Zulu were the first picks again. And those boring picks are giving him a rough time right now. Okay, he's really banking on Biz, giving Kismic some trouble too, I assume, but only issue is Byzantine Fire doesn't even know that Cheese and Kismic are fighting, so that's why he's probably not thinking about giving Mayans any early pressure. It's a real nice conglomerate, I guess, over there. I like the way this is shaping up. I just think that Kismic is in a great position because he's got good land, iron hooked already, 2-city golden age, is the Mayans, and has the closest teammate to this whole affair. So he should be in the best spot out of these three, as far as I'm concerned. Score-wise, Byzantine Fire is actually doing the best so far, but I guess that's just because he planted his city in the furthest apart position, whereas Kismic planted straight, so that's not really saying a whole lot right now. Mac thinking that, he could also go for a horseman play, being so far away from everybody. Might be worthwhile to get a few horses out on the map too. And yeah, there's a couple spots on this map where the player can access their secondary res quite feasibly. Cheese saying kill Sumer. Well, I'm not sure that's the most viable play, but interesting that the Sumerians would be their #1 target. As Cheese consolidates forces on this one mountain that he's holding on to right now. Zulu and Mayans having trouble. Alright, worker taken. Settler rather taken by Zardoz. Good job there. Not sure why he's moving the workers away, because now they can just be recaptured. And it's still 2 workers for the Mayans, which they're gonna like, but it delays Kismic and his forward plan towards the Celts. Good job by Zardoz paying attention there. And Kismic definitely had the units to guard that one, so that's just a bit lazy there, to be frank. Alright, they were trying to get contact with the warrior on Zardoz, I guess, but still difficult. If either of them made a boat, I guess that could be an avenue to get con with each other. And it seems like they're not able to do so for now, because Cheese really needs all the production he can get at home. At least able to keep that MP from pillaging his backline, but that's the least he can be happy about right now. Oh, those warriors for the Celts. He's also doing a good job of not getting raided from behind. That lake is helping him out in a big way too, because those Sumerians can't just leap around all that quick. As Zardoz trying to take that. Oh no, never mind. He got attacked from on over there, and that MP is finally going down. Is that an enslavement? I'm not sure. I didn't quite catch if that was an enslave or what. But looks like Cheese wants to get a few units off. Maybe unit support giving him some trouble. Sending out a warrior now, though, to establish contact with Rome, I assume. Which he's gonna really need. Wonder what Kismic's going for, though. He's got that warrior that swordsman woken up. Doesn't move out. I was expecting him to maybe try double move onto that mountain and push back onto Cheese, who now finally takes out that scout from Zardoz. Another settler coming out from Kismic. This time around he guards it. And Byzantine gonna feel the world around him shrink closer and closer together. Wonder where he's gonna plant again. He's actually roading north. He's got the iron hooked already. So that means he's gonna upgrade a unit or two, try to get his golden age, make stuff happen from there. I'm just surprised he's not going for a third city right now, because he's not really getting pressured just yet. He apparently is planning to play on those two cities for a while. Would have liked a city on that forest here. That's a great city. You can use a forest here, can use 2 bonus grasslands. Also a city down here would be good, right? Oh, that's a bonus grassland too, so maybe didn't want to plant on that. But I'm gonna say where they're going with that. Cheese realizing that he's the weakest of the 3 right now, waiting for some Mayan Celtic combat before he gets involved himself. Might be what he has to do in this one to find an impact. Oh, wow. Anti really moving out with a lot. There's not really a reason, I guess, to stay at home with his stuff. But he's only got 1 unit in each city, I assume. And now trying to get on over there towards the Celts, I guess. Yeah, you can see right there for Rome, some barbarian problems. Quite apt in a historical sense. Kismic, he's gonna love his position. He's got a few workers out of that settler debacle. He's gonna be able to irrigate all those deserts and floodplains. Good spot to be in if you're the Mayans. And remember to play score. Well, that's kind of the theme of the tourney so far, isn't it? Jesus got archers up only so far. At least getting a second city that allows him to irrigate a bit more. And maybe trying to road north for a city here, it looks like. Not a bad spot either, definitely. And if Mayans and Celts truly start getting occupied with each other a bit more, that allows Cheese to maybe even get another city out, build up a little bit at least, to not be entirely irrelevant, and potentially snatch a kill if somebody captures a city without much left in the tank. Could see that happening, definitely. Let's check in with the pop settlers, everybody playing honest. Good to see as well. That's a close one for Anti over there. And Byzantine, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's got a ton of warriors. That means usually you want a few more cities to keep yourself in good shape. And doesn't get the goal to even upgrade for his golden age so far, which would be very helpful in this battle. All right, Cheese now saying that he doesn't even need con that badly. Looks like they all have the techs that they need. Kismic is truly pushing back against Cheese now. It's just interesting that he's completely ignoring the Celts for now. I don't really like this choice. He could be making a lot of stuff happen there against the Celts right now, and he's moving his archers down. So why not start pressuring the Celts too? Because if you kill him at Alesia, for example, I don't see a reason why Kismic couldn't defend that. So I don't like him skirmishing with Cheese right now. For vision, even. I don't think you need that vision. Maybe he feels like he needs some warriors out so he doesn't get horsed. But other than that, I just feel like you should go southwest and take care of Byzantine first. I don't think they've seen any Enkidu so far, so it's really a guessing game right now as to where Anti would be. Could be north, could be southwest as well, as far as they are concerned. Thinking more central though, apparently. She's even going forward with his archers. Not sure, but what he's actually looking for. Maybe he's just trying to hold on to the mountains that he's already got for some safety, but not sure what exactly the idea is there. Trying to defend with his archers as the swordsmen keep on coming forward. And again, I'm just a bit baffled by the complete and utter disregard for each other displayed by Celts and Mayans here. I mean, I understand that Biz isn't moving out with everything because, you know, he's kind of in a pickle there. But, you know what? Kismic could start on taking these roads, removing some of these single units on tiles that are quite easy to take out if you bring some swords. Because otherwise, why is Antiquity pushing here? That's just what I'm wondering. Don't think. No, I'm not sure he's actually spotted the Roman border just yet either. These two players in the corners there, Antiquity and Maclunkey, they're in pretty decent building spots so far and barely spotted by anybody so far. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Byzantine, yeah, he's in a bad enough spot himself. So no wonder that he's not going for any aggressive plays so far. Size 6 capital, I really wonder why not just plant a third city. You're not getting choked so far. But he's definitely an expert. He knows what he's doing there. So I'm not gonna say it's a terrible play. Just feel like it would make sense at this point. That's all I'm saying. Interesting. Okay, finally they're seeing each other there, Rome and Samaria. They at least know they exist. And that's a worker army for you guys. Every city size 1, and he's playing the game the effective way. What is this? Hello? Guys, I just praised him saying, like, why is he making me look so bad? Like, I guess I can start questioning Byzantine Fire's plays from now on. Okay. Yeah, it's just the caster curse at this point. I'll have to accept it. Regular Chasky coming out from Cheese now, you know it's going great when you have to send those out. Mayans and Celts finally at battle. Hey, looks like Kismic pushed one of those warriors or something. He's letting him know, and yeah, he's gotta start moving in soon now if he wants to coordinate with the archers there from Samaria. Not sure. Did he only have 2 of them? Not sure. Oh boy. Byzantine, yeah, he's really lacking gold. So I'm not sure about what he's doing in order to combat that. At least he's got a few Gallics, so should get that GA zone, and that's also going to help out with the gold trouble that he's in. Alright, now we really see the imps coming out from Zardoz. He's spamming that imp now. It looks like Mayans are the prime target for him. He knows he's got to alleviate some pressure from his teammate, and that's a pretty effective way of doing that. It's just forcing lots of Mayans to stay home to deal with those impy Surprised Kismic doesn't have any sentries south. He's just exclusively occupied with Cheese for now. Maybe given a bit too much respect there to the Incans. Who've, yeah, sure, still got some offensive units on him, but what is that vision really doing for Cheese? He's still unhappy with his play, so, you know, at least he's not purely blaming the circumstances. And Zardoz moves in here. Interesting, he could have gotten a free pillage off onto that mine. Oh, never mind, guys. He's his teammate. He's his teammate. I'll never get over that. It's fine. But yeah, I'm surprised by the slow pace that Anti and Kismic are taking this with. Now again, it's completely obvious why Anti is playing this slow and just spamming cities for now, because he's getting a free score pump going there. That's all nice and well, but if you're in this spot as the Mayans, between two capable enemy players with strong civs, wouldn't you want to take one out as early as possible, with as little losses as possible? That's why I'm a bit confused why they're not super hard pressuring this, because this looks like the easiest 2v1 in of all time to me. Relatively speaking, for the circumstances, of course, right? Well, just more archers coming out for Cheese right now, and still not sure why there's not more happening here. Looks like that settler came out of Alesia, so the game plan for Byzantine is to get to 1 per turn Gallic swordsman in Entremont. That's why he's not making settlers from out of there, I guess. Makes sense, right? It's typical Celt strategy. Still don't understand that irrigation, right? I mean, sure, if you're taking Golden Age soon, you don't need to mine it, but the irrigation is questionable for sure. And he said that he doesn't have a lot of gold, so there's no way he's checking for monarchy. The guys, that's not happening. Alright. Cheese getting another barb camp up there. Those are the little things that can really make a difference, right? Because you saw Byzantine saying that he wants some more gold from Zardoz this entire time. He needs gold. Just having a few 2-movers out to pick up some barb camps can make a big difference. Looks like this Gallic is out to maybe catch Cheese's warrior. Might also just take Golden Age from Zardoz at some point, but he really wants that right now to be able to start that 1 per turn Gallic production in Entremont, which could start sooner rather than later. Zardoz finally getting the impies over there to Kismic. I like what I'm seeing there. He's not able to move onto the road though, as Zardoz blocks the tile. Good job there, but that's what rather Kismic blocks the tile. But that's what I'm saying. You want to see this. You want to have lots of swordsmen bound up at home so that they're not able to attack the Celts. That's all Zardoz really needs to do here. Few more impies, maybe start pressuring the backline as well, and that alleviates a ton of pressure from Biz. As long as he doesn't have GA, he's pretty vulnerable. And he really ends up going for this southern city. I like it. Pretty safe down there. He's got his G-mate in the south, forests, some bonus grasslands. No shame in that. Not sure why he's mining these 2 bonus grasslands after just irrigating that one, but he's operating a different play. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't see what Byzantine was saying there as I was finishing my thought. I did save, however. Did he ask for a pause? I'm not... Yeah, it's always tricky. There's so much chatting going on, of course. You can't always read every chat message. And still, the primary concern of Kismic seems to be Cheese. Oh, the double disorder after just asking for a save. Did he go AFK or something like? Yeah, I'm sorry, Biz. I didn't catch the entirety of what you were saying, but he didn't pause either, so I'm not 100% sure. GA taken by Mac. 4 cities, pretty decent land. Even able to irrigate north there, because he's got the river channels through the city. So, nice spot for Mac. He's definitely fine with this one. Can 1 per turn any stuff in Rome. Not the legions, obviously, but, you know, decent city. And Biz now, he's really having a grill party over there, but other than that, he's in a pretty fine spot as well. Team Antiquity, still they're in a great spot because they've got such good saves and such good land and everything, but I'm just saying they feel like they kind of took this one a bit too slow, ideally. You want to maximize your kills and everything as well, right? Not just play for building. And think about it, Alesia, capturing Alesia for Mayans would have been such a great play in terms of score as well. It looks quite defendable, so that's why what I mean. Good RNG at least against the MP prevents Zardoz from getting onto the backline. That's fortunate for him there, and gets to hold on to the bonus grassland as well. Not sure what Cheese is lolling about. I didn't. Oh wow, that's what it is. I guess that golden age for Byzantine Fire is gonna have to wait a little bit longer. He didn't even do a point of damage. Now I'm not sure who attacked whom, but well, that's what happens in CIV3 sometimes. That's why people say MPTs gets decided by individual roles in RNG, which I don't really think is true most of the time, but it can definitely. Now gets that golden age without taking a single point of damage against Kismic, and gets his Gallic out scot-free as well. And Kismic, are you getting nervous now? Your neighbor's Celts, he's got that golden age, 3 cities, he's got some Gallics. You don't have any defensive bombard as the Mayans here, no catapults, and he's really just going for the typical Kismic play, swordsman only. But how's this gonna go for him? Cheese now with the 3rd city finally as well. It's also on freshwater, so we've talked about this earlier. Pretty decent city, and still moving units there forward to keep Kismic busy. I wonder what Kismic's trying to do though. He's got a bunch of swordsmen, but for now it seems like he's really just concerned with defense. Great reinforced there by Byzantine. He notices in time that the hill was being taken and just puts a Gallic on there. Gives him a lot of safety there. Interesting. And now with Mag actually spotting Anti, this changes quite something. Team Cheese now being aware that Byzantine is fighting against the Sumerians will make it will make Cheese understand that he can't expect too much offensive pressure from Byzantine against Kismic. Couple that with the fact that he sees a lot of impies coming over. It looks like he's able to put together the overall map state right now. And his team is definitely not looking like they can get involved with much early here. Looks like the best bet for Team Cheese would just be have Maclunkey build up an even bigger force and start looking for kills on his own a little bit later on. But this fight here right now between the other two teams just seems a little too hot for Cheese to get in on, I think. Sumeria Zulu at war, I think might have been just a scout being taken somewhere. Not that important anyways. And Cheese looking to even get a pillage off, doesn't quite manage to get his Chasky away at least. Alright. Yeah, Mac and Cheese realizing that the tech might be useful to pass. I wonder if Anti's actually getting through here now. This mountain should still be defensible there for Byzantine. And it's across a river too, so really needs to make sure to draw the line here. Like the spearman play for him. Makes sense. Can one put down those in cap? Not too bad for him, for sure. But he's losing more ground now. He's definitely given up ties, and the next couple of times he's defending are the bonus grasslands. Want to make sure to somehow hold on to these. It's difficult though. Cross river, it's not the easiest work reinforcing those. It's tricky, it's tricky. The pressure is starting to amp up now, and of course with so many Sumerian cities all producing those Enkidu. Despite his GA probably being over at this point, Antiquities, it's just a flood of units that, coupled with the Mayans, might prove to be deadly sometime soon. Interesting. I'm just kind of following the strategy conversation for Team Cheese right now. Not sure why. Oh yeah, good choice by Biz. I was just gonna say, don't move those single units out there. Looks like he's... Wow, already just got that kill. Incredible. Anyways, I was just gonna say those single units might be better spent on defense, holding on against what the Sumerians are trying to do. good attention to detail, putting some archers underneath here. Well, not here, but making sure you're not giving up those tiles that you've spent the worker moves on. Wonder how many legions are out at this point. Let's check in with Mac. Alright, 12. Some chariots to boot. I like that. Again, I said that earlier. Diversifying your army composition is definitely underrated in MPT. Contrast that with the Mayans, who really have one trick only, one unit of each type, and then 18 swordsmen. He's pigeonholed into a very specific type of unit at this point, and strategy that comes with that, of course. So I like what Mac's doing a bit better in this sense, although you can argue that for the Mayans, swordsman is all they really need right now. Some bad rolls against this archer here. Wow, alright, he's really tossing him away right now. And even the reinforce coming in now, at least he gets that archer taken out, but now in comes the stack. Looks like that's 7 swordsmen at this point. He lost a few just trying to take out that pointless archer. If you were not going to step on that hill, why even attack it? That's the thing I don't really understand. Why go for that archer if you're planning to move into his city this turn? So, yeah, find myself disagreeing heavily with that play. Either way, he probably just thought it would be easy pickings along the way. Turned out not to be. And Cheese and Mac are not aware of this happening. If Cheese knew that Kismic's going for the attack right now, if they had any vision here, he could also start pressuring the Mayans a bit more. Zardoz is really going to have to start getting on over there now. You don't want to have the Mayans move any units towards your teammate that you could bind at home. And he's doing a good job now transitioning the impies over there. Leave Chiefs alone for a while and bail out Biz if possible. I wonder if he's got enough. Alright, Kismic has moved in. Oh, it's difficult to tell if Blizzard has enough to hold this one. Let's check in with him. Not a lot of archers. Yeah, that's what you hate to see. Honestly, these swordsmen, it's not a million of them, but it's decent enough to start taking away some tiles. It looks like if Anti and Kismic are patient enough here, start taking these roads, Byzantine could crumble here. Zulu all over Maya, Cheese says. Is that enough info for him to determine that it's very likely Mayans are leaning into Celts right now? That would be a logical conclusion. So I'm not sure it's the one he's gonna make, but definitely plausible as Kismic actually moves on south, uses the jungle as his shield, and looking to get onto those roads probably. Also, Antiquity able to get some units onto the forests now. How is Byzantine gonna react? He's still trying to cover the tiles and sell, make it difficult for Anti to get in there. Alright, like the play from Mac to now get Alpha. Both are definitely a good option here for Rome as well. The scouting and the defensive safety you can get with boats, even without even making any attacks via naval, are just so valuable. I think you really should always go for Alphabet on these maps, at the very least. Alright, yeah, Biz now spotting those Sumerians, so I would really like to see some more pressure from Cheese now, although he's about to make a 4th city, so probably doesn't even have any archers left at home. Of course, he's not working with a whole lot. Zardoz getting onto those rows now. Still, Kismic rolling for the attacks. Takes out that impy just barely, but 2 more in his backline, making it so he's got to keep a ton of swordsmen at home. Is that going to be enough to help Byzantine survive, though? That's what we're all wondering. Oh, you're right, Status. Absolutely right. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat now, but I've got to try to get that spy out again sometime soon. In move the swordsman. He's got one of the roads, but of course there's another one. So it's not all that easy. And Chichen Itza on fire. Lots of impies coming in now. That road is gone for the time being. And wow! We just missed that, but Celts just absolutely evaporated that swordsman stack. And the game has turned on its head right now. That's a lot of It's a lot of swordsmen being killed just like that. I also felt like Kismic was in a better spot than he ended up being there, because that's massive. He's lost roads at home now and lost the major part of his attacking force. Hardly I don't think that's what it means, but I like the creativity with the language there. I'm of course the one who most deserves to make fun of people's awkward English. I like to see it from Biz. He's really been tough to take out every time here. And he's still not successfully defended, but he's eaten a ton of mines right now. He's even able to retake the road. I like what I'm seeing. Maya getting owned, Cheese is saying, and he doesn't even see the real part. He doesn't even see the real ownership, the real onus. Yeah. I'm just saving again, just to make sure we're not getting any fuckery with those road takes. Those are really important, and more Galax than I thought he would have at this point. Kismic's gotta start sweating now. He's losing roads at home, and he's lost so many swordsmen on that play. He's still funneling in more. It's beginning to reek of desperation, and Cheese is reacting properly now. He's moving forward with some archers, getting onto another good tile. Alesia is being hit. It really feels like maybe he's hitting from outside of Alesia. Entremont is now under attack too, though. No, never mind. He's attacking out of that. Byzantine is grabbing the initiative. He's really... Man, that's a masculine play there. He's slapping right back against these assailants. Oh boy, I love what I'm seeing there. He's holding on so well in the middle of the map. And I wonder what that means for the overall game stage. Sure, Antiquity and Kismic probably still have the highest score. They've got 190. Biz and Zardoz got well, below 180. And Mac and Cheese have 180 exactly. So then it's not like they're completely head and shoulders above the rest of the competition. But I didn't quite read what Cheese said. That sounded Latin, honestly, but sadly I wasn't quite able to spot that. I only saw the end of it. But what's going on here, guys? I mean, what happened there? Team Antiquity they're getting into hot waters now. No more Golden Age for either of them apparently, whereas Biz is still in his, and he's been 1v2ing so far. Zardoz is looking great at home, no danger at all so far. Doesn't even need those roads. Look at him, he doesn't care. And even Cheese is starting to become relevant again after that massive loss of units for Kismic. Oh boy. I can't tell how this is gonna play out. At this point, the only people who seemed well, I really think only Mac has enough units at this point to kill anybody right now by himself. Of course, others can still start building up stuff again, but yeah, those were tons of shields, hundreds of shields being just absolutely burned through in these last 2 or 3 turns. This map is really holding up well to our expectations. He will die, is what Cheese says. And then they will want to be 1v. Well, that's not even that sure, right? Cheese, they could go for Rome or for you. But of course, if you have the choice to attack the early Golden Age Incans or the late Golden Age Omega stacked Romans, I guess he's right and they would rather go for him. But the proper play, if I'm being honest, proper play, if Byzantine actually manages to take out Kismic here, the proper play would be to try and take out Antiquity, right? You want to take out entire teams, not just one player of each. Unless that means you can overtake both enemy teams and score, then that of course would be worthwhile. So maybe Cheese is right, and he would be next on the menu. That isn't actually that far-fetched. Whew. Alright, another turn coming through. Byzantine's now solidified his defensive position, and he never actually managing to get onto any roads at all. And Kismic, nothing left for him. I'll now try to get that spy onto Cheese again. Let's see if we can compare his army with Kismic's now. I feel like Cheese has the bigger military at this point. Let's compare. No, they're actually monarchy. There's no shot. They must have popped it. I must have missed that earlier in chat. My bad, guys. Because holy smokes, that changes everything. Man, is Team Halu actually... Are they gonna take this one? Team Antiquity, they brought their best players to play here, and they got pretty decent starts. Although, again, I went over how that wasn't great. So that would definitely be an upset if they ended up losing this one. Or, yeah. But of course, it's still early, but it really is in monarchy. So apologies for not noticing that earlier. Again, as always, one rule always holds true. In the end, I'm the idiot. No monarchy for Zulu yet. They might actually do the switch later on as well. Although as long as you're just spamming impies, despotism might be good for the unit support as well. And that's what he's been doing and what you typically do when playing Zulu. But alright, monarchy aside, just want to see what's... Oh, that's why he disordered in Oh god, I'm such a noob. How did I not notice? That's why he asked me to save us. Oh boy, yeah. It's getting embarrassing, boys. I don't even know my MPT stuff anymore. Alright, the main thing we want to do, military comparison. We've got 13 units for the Mayans. That's 30 times 11. That's 330, 360, 370 shields of military. The Incans have 12 archers and 12 warriors. That's 12 times 20, that's 240. And 12 times 10, that's 110. So that's 360 shields of military. What did we say here? That was something in the same region. So they actually have equal number of military shield investment at this point. And Cheese has one more city. I think I'm liking the Incan spot at this point. Oh, Kismic, what have you done? I didn't see this coming at all either. But Biz has really played this one well, and he's throwing a wrench into everybody's expectations and opinions of the meta in this tourney. He's going for the monarchy Gallic spam, and it's working out. I can't believe this. Now, is he gonna get any kills? We don't know about that. It looks like they might try to move further into the Mayan backline with their mobile units. Gallics and Impies are such a lethal combo. It's the vintage Celt Zulu combo that we first saw debuted in the CIV3 Hunger Games. Never since been allowed to be given over to anybody in the 2v2 tournament setting. But in this tourney, it's starting to come up again, and it's never looked as good as this time around. I love what I'm seeing. Map making in 6 as well. And Mac has got 3 coastal cities already at this point. This one here is not coastal, by the way. That's no passage through to the ocean. But 3 coastal ones allows him to go for quite a decent fleet as well, if he so chose. Lots of legions that could all of a sudden be very mobile. And oh, there's a way to boat over here. Anti has that Enkidu on this mountain, but Rome could theoretically boat units over here behind the Sumerians if he scouted that, because you don't want to go through that Enkidu wall. That's just too telegraphed a play at this point. Kuras out for Cheese. I like to see that. You're definitely scared of Zulu boating at this point. You don't know what they have, what they're building, and if they're even coastal, so that's good measures by him. A settler planned for the Zulu here, who haven't even hooked their horses all game, which admittedly not that easy to hook, but they've been left alone. They could have done that had they wanted to. And look at Kismic, he's just getting more units moved over onto him, and he's making walls in his cities. It is a good play. Don't get me wrong, walls are right here, but it's just an official concession that offense is not going to be taking place anymore this game for him. Alright, the game plan for Byzantine seems to be making catapults before attacking, and I think that's a good idea. Although with the roads not being up, if you get a critical mass of unit, you could take take the cities either way, but just 3 or 4 catapults could also be a worthwhile investment to go for. Cheese saying Zardoz playing score. Well, I'm not sure he's playing score. Well, he is playing score, but he's also, with his impies, doing a lot of damage, and he might be trying to make some boating happen later on as well. Interesting. Looks like they're still not sure who they're gonna try to take out in the end. Zulu and Celts both are theoretically killable because they've been fighting, right? That's the thing, and that's exactly it. Kind of is exactly what I said in the beginning after Cheese got the worst end of those early trades. It's just that if you let the other two teams fight out, you might then be able to reinsert yourself as a relevant factor in the game, and that's exactly what they're looking to do here, apparently. Although I don't see the obvious play for Maclunkey to attack Zardoz with. All these impies here in the between area would alert him to what's going on, and if you start coming out with legions there towards Zulu, that's 10 turns that Zardoz can make impies out of 5 cities and even get impies back home if he needs to. And I'm not sure at that point if a kill is that easy anymore. So maybe Zulu isn't the ideal target. I don't know. Some boating would definitely make sense. If you've got a southern coastal city, that puts some more pressure onto Zardoz as well, keeping him more honest in his coastal backline cities. So long term, that might be a good choice. A city over here is just what I mean. It could be of a lot of value. Is Zardoz? What is? No, he's still in despotism. He's not gonna make that switch apparently, which fair enough, you know. Oh, I can't believe I'm seeing this actual monarchy play in the tournament with shorter game time, shorter turn timer than regular MPT, and it's winning. He's in the middle of the map too. I've never seen this. Maybe just a surprise factor playing a big role. But look at the amount of units. Lots of archers there. His golden age probably over at this point, starting to end. He doesn't even care. He's confident enough to make that plant. I mean, it's on a hill, but would have expected something like here or whatever. He's really going far out towards his teammate there. Might prove difficult to defend in the end if the Romans ever start moving out, but for the time being, it's a lot of score that he's going to start accumulating there as well. Cheese, he's also planting another. They're all very conscious of the scoring situation, I assume. Let's do the math really quick. Pulling out my calculator. Got 121 and 86. That's 207. Got 102 and 94. That's 196. And then we've got 115 and 97. That's 212. All right, Rome and Incans in pretty good shape here, especially considering that Kismic might be taken out here at some point. Ooh, it's an interesting one. Byzantine still respecting Antiquity though. 20 turns left in this one. Are they just gonna go for the hit? They don't have any catapults in here, but they might just go attack. Mac also surprised by the turn limit announcement. Oh, mate. He's got a lot of chariots though, it seems. Did he make more than those 3? Oh, it's 14. I like it. Honestly, that's a decent army. 15 horses, 30 legions. Can make stuff happen with that. You gotta start making your moves now though, because enemies are decently far away. So if you want kills, you know, you might just play for that #1 scorer, right? And say, all right, we'll take the 5 points. We expect Kismic to die. We get that #1 in score, but I think looking for a kill at least is a good idea. Interesting. They're really banking on the Mayans dying here. Cheese giving Biz a lot of credit to be able to get that kill, and he's really okay. He's moving on in there. It looks like the attack is gonna come through pretty soon. Maybe block that road, right? I mean, oh, I think he's doing it. Yes, good job, Zardoz. They're definitely going for that hit next turn, aren't they? Poor Kismic. That's 6 Galax there. 4 more in here. It's 10 Galax and what? 2, 4, 6, 8 archers. The attack has begun. How's this gonna go? No catapults though. Elite Swordsman on top. It's good defense for Kismic, but that one just went very low. I think 1 HP remaining. Alright, he's got some 2 defenders in there. That's an Elite Swordsman going down. He's going low. I think he's gonna fall here. There's more Galax still in the back, remember, that he hasn't moved in with yet. Don't think Kismic's surviving that one, but you can't tell. The attack's still going through. But he's got a 3 HP showing on top. It's not that bad. Gets hit with another one. Wins that one. It's a close affair. Can't lie here. And here come the additional Galax. 2 HP showing on top. This surely has to be enough, doesn't it? Alright, I save shortly before the kill might come in. He's still alive though with the 1 HPs. Do these Galax still have moves? There he goes. Moves in. And he falls. I saved 1 or 2 units ago, so we should be fine here with an AI reload. Alright, we're gonna have to reload this one, but it's Team Halu who actually managed to take that kill. And what an upset here. Team Anti on the back foot now. I don't think the Sumerians are strong enough to get a kill either in this one anymore, so they might lose their #1 spot after this one, but it's all far from over so far. Give me a second as I set up the reload. Alright, folks. I think we've got everything cleared up that we need to know for going into this reload. And looks like we're gonna be going in here. Okay, it's really not easy this time around. This is quite a complicated reload because I didn't get the ideal save, but all right. It's not easy. Definitely not easy, this one. All right, we go for the launch now. I think we've got this. We've got a pretty good idea. Okay, so okay. Mate, what is this? What? Cheese? Dude! Oh! Why is he ruining it? Oh, I can't believe this. We had a plan, and Cheese just... it's all good. We're loading again. Sorry, guys. It is what it is. You've all been there. Oh, this is so lovely. This is so funny, mate. I can't believe he just actually attacked into this. We had a plan. Alright. Trying to get it up again. Or did I even reboot Steam? Can't even remember if I rebooted Steam. I guess better safe than sorry. I'll reboot it again. Alright. Reload up. And again, this time around I really understand what the issue is for these guys. It's difficult to get the kill and everything. Ugh. Oh, this is so tough. Alright, we have a new idea. Oh, mate. Oh, mate. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is still exciting though, unlike yesterday. This could still turn out so many different ways. So it's worth the wait and the clarifications. Okay. Okay. It's a science, this reloading business. Okay. Okay, we've got it, guys. It's been done. We're pressing launch now. Woo! Okay, this should be good, guys. This should be good. Attacks back and forth. There we go. We've got Palenque, real low HP. Everybody preparing to attack. Byzantine has decent amount of units still there. Okay, let's see how it goes. He's gonna try to take the city and hold on to it, while Cheese is gonna try to take it back. In goes the archer. Cheese goes. There comes the reinforce. Is it? What? He got it! He did end up getting it. Is Zardoz? What? Like, oh, mate. Okay, I'm saving right here, and then. Oh, it's tough to tell, but it. Okay. Okay, but it looks like it's all fine. Um. Okay, it looks like we've settled it, and it looks like there's no... Okay. There we go. We get back going, and this has all been officially verified now. We're playing on with this. Byzantine gets the kill on the Kismic. Mad respect for that one. Cheese with the quick counter kill. Was always gonna be difficult to reproduce that kill, and I feel like we've got a pretty decent solution here. And then Zardoz was around to return the favor. So now every team is down one player. Team Cheese, Team Halu, Team Anti, everybody losing one of their players. One of their lower scoring ones as well. So I think the higher scoring ones are still all left in the game. And all of a sudden, this isn't completely ideal for Team Halu anymore, because they lost their potent player with a lot of firepower, and they've captured a city that's very far away from them. However, they already got 2 kill credits. So even if Zardoz is the next player to die, they at least finish with 3 points on a map that was debatably the worst for them. Debatably. I don't think anybody got shafted by this map, any individual team in particular. But it is debatable that Team Halu got the worst one. Although, really, I don't think that's I think that's a pretty pointless argument, because all 3 teams just had fine maps, I would say. So therefore, it's now whoever dies next, his team finishes last in score. So nobody wants to die here anymore. And at this point, Maclunkey is the by far most potent player in this game. Antiquity thinking he might get targeted by both at this point, and that's reasonable, of course. Like, Rome has already been sending stuff over to him. Might also just attack Zulu though, so not too sure. But Zulu is definitely not gonna attack Rome, because they have army for days. So it's getting tough going for Anti right now. Thankfully, he's got a good defensive civ, and he's still trying to prop up the score. I'm really interested in how the scoring situation is going to develop over the next 10 turns. Now that every team has lost a player on the exact same turn, this could turn out very interesting. Anti and Maclunkey both still vying for that #1 scoring spot, but I get the sense that Antiquity is actually going to finish #1 in score. If this doesn't change a whole lot anymore. And the decaying score from all the dead players, I'm not so sure about how much that's gonna make a difference in the end. And he moving some units over there in the east as well, trying to get a sense of what Zardoz might have coming on the way. And yeah, more galleys starting to come on over for Rome. They weren't all that sneaky with their unload, I gotta say. Like, Mac, he could have tried a little harder, to conceal those legions, but maybe he just wants to put the pressure there and then actually hit somewhere else. That could also be the case. He could also just sit at home and hope for the scoring victory here. However, he really needs to invest in more cities if that is the case. Because Anti is getting closer, he's been catching up in score, and you don't want to sit at home and get second in score. That would be a waste of this game, because you have the most potent military force by far, so you're either going to have to use it on offense, or you're going to have to use it on defense to secure the scoring victory at least. But Team Cheese finishing with anything less than 6 points here would be a disappointment for sure. Team Halu on the other side, it's quite unfortunate how Byzantine ended up going down here, but they have the 2 kills guaranteed, so it could definitely be worse for them. Seems like Antiquity's strategy right now is to block those roads, maybe pillage a bunch of them, make it more difficult for Zardoz to reinforce or to, well, attack the Sumerians at all. And with 3 kills here, I believe that's the most kills we've had in these tourney games so far. I like what I'm seeing. No horseman upgrade yet for Rome. I wonder how much gold he has. He has a tough choice to make now. He either invests all that gold into happiness slider and maximizing his score, or he goes for a horseman upgrade. But he has been checking. He has been taking. Oh, he's already got some horseman upgrade. Never mind. So he's got the tech. He's still upgrading. He's in the process of upgrading them. Okay, so he's gonna load them onto boats, I assume, and is gonna try to make a play that way. He doesn't have a city still bordering the southern sea, which again I disagree with. I feel like some pressure onto Zardoz that way would be good. And with that iron hook by the Zulu now, all the way from over here west with the colony. Honestly, not too bad defensive position there for Zardoz. He's got swordsmen for his home cities. He's got impies to fortify Palenque with. I don't think he's contemplating attacking anymore. So Anti's fear of getting double teamed probably not gonna happen here. I don't think many MP are gonna come on over there, and only one attack unit's probably not gonna take him out. Just gonna make it difficult for him, I guess, to hold on to on his roads and whatnot. But Zardoz, for now, he's only thinking about holding at Palenque. Unfortunately for Team Halu, though, I don't think there's a way they can finish above last place in score if Zardoz, or if nobody gets a kill here anymore. Zardoz really needs to get a kill, or he needs one of the other two players to kill each other if he wants to get a higher placement in terms of score. So he's got nothing to lose. He needs a kill to happen here. It's not a big problem if he dies, right? You can't get worse than last place in terms of score. So, you know what? That's I don't think that's the biggest of his worries. So fortify Palenque for now, but then maybe in the last 5 turns, spam all your impies over there to Sumeria and hope that Rome can somehow kill Anti up there if you just support them with some pillaging and whatnot. That's probably what I would be looking for, because again, on his own, Zardoz is not going to be able to get the scoring high enough to overtake either one of the opponent's teams, as far as I expect at least. So at this point, it's really a score pumping game with the interesting little twist that kills are still very much possible. Still surprised that Zardoz doesn't have any Kuras out, by the way, because he's gotta be scared of Rome, right? Some naval security would serve him well. Of course, these masses of Enkidu all across the continent are giving Anti some much needed vision at home and making it actually just impossible for Rome to land him anywhere without him noticing. It's 14 turns left. The horses come out now. I wonder where they are going. I think he couldn't have more than 10 or 12, so it's not a massive force. It's 14 turns left though, so he definitely can move them all the way around and try to attack Sumeria from the east if he wants to go for a little bit of a pincer move or anything, because he can still boat more legions over to the south of Sumeria and then pressure from 2 sides. Maybe that's the way he could get that kill. But remember, for Mac, it's not all about getting that kill. It would also suffice to just make sure you win and score. That's probably the number 1 priority, because again, a kill is only worth 1 point. Finishing number 1 in score is worth 2 points more than that 2nd place. So just mathematically, that seems like should be the priority for him at this stage. Don't think he's gonna be able to get 2 more kills, so I'll see. Is Zardoz about to lose those workers? Hopefully not. That would be a pity. He's just trying to road up to his city though to make sure he can survive, as he can reinforce more quickly, and he doesn't need to worry all that much, I don't think, about the Zulu attacking him. He's done a good job just getting that vision, and I like his score city plans. He's really being generous with those. He's doing the due diligence roading behind them as well. So if he spots Rome bringing more legions on over, he can then transition that defense to the western cities as well. Whew. Alright. The smoke has definitely settled now after that most eventful turn in tournament history, I'm pretty sure. Typical, I'm not sure I've ever casted something like that, but Palenque was where it's at in that turn. And Zardoz is the one gets to hold on to it in the end. I'm just a little bit disappointed by Mac's offensive efforts right now. He's realistically the only one who could take people out. And sure, he's sent that horseman stack, so he's definitely trying, and he's also still got plenty of boats that I've always been a great fan of. Just feels like he's not hurrying all that much. He doesn't seem to be in a great hurry, and he's been overtaken decidedly by Antiquity now in terms of score. Next turn I'll make sure to check what the dead player score is looking like at this point, but I don't think Mac is looking all that good in that department. Don't think Cheese has got a big score lead over Kismic at all. So it's rough. It's starting to look like he's not going to be able to grow score at the same rate as Sumeria. Not a huge surprise there, of course. So honestly, why not? Yeah, why not send everything out at this point? I mean, you can't afford to die, of course. That would be too much, but not sure he needs all these legions there at home. And especially in these backline cities there, you've got the wall at the front. Feels like should probably try harder to get that kid onto Anti. That would be a big score swing. Another big score swing for his team. Okay, let's now check that dead player score out. We've got Inca, Maya, Celts. They're virtually all the same. I mean, all within like 10 to 20 points of each other. And that's probably gonna narrow down towards the end. If I had to guess, Celts, Mayans, and then Incans the lowest. So, yeah, Zardoz still getting some decent score from his teammate, but that's not gonna last very long. So he's definitely getting last place in score. I think we've settled that one. Now with those regular chariots, I don't think he's gonna move the needle a whole lot. Maybe he's just trying to pick off some workers or some empty roads, but yeah, not much needed really to defend against those. Single Enkidu should get that job done. It's looking like he's gotten those horsemen through without being spotted though, so maybe there's some angle he could take onto Zardoz. With those border expands in Zimbabwe as well, though, it's near impossible to find an attack that Zardoz can't react to in time. And this is starting to look pretty clear in how it's going to turn out. It's starting to look less and less likely that we see kills coming through. I don't see where it would happen. This is just not enough, I don't think, to actually get Zulu into trouble. And all these chariots are doing right now is just provide some vision and better sentries, better scouting there. Okay, I mean, look, he gets a better sense of where the Suma military is at, where the cities are, but no info on the northern coast makes it also hard to justify any major boating endeavors at this point. He's sending some boats around west as well, so yeah, that's another angle, but no matter how many different angles of approach you find, if none of them do more than tickle the enemy, I'm not sure any of them is going to matter. You know, that's kind of his issue at this point. How much does he have? Let's check the overall number. 34 legions. It's no joke, definitely, but it's not getting them over there, is he? Zulu just making MPs at this point again. I already said I agreed with that. 60 Enkidu, 10 archers, and I don't think Anti needs any more than that, to be frank. In come the horsemen, but where do they go? They don't have a double movable target from outside the enemy's vision. He would have had to move around south if he wanted to do that, but there again, he could have been spotted at any point. So it's really a tough ask of him at this point. I don't see it. Let me know, guys, if you see an angle here. for any party to kill somebody. Again, the only thing I really could see is millions of impies swarming Sumeria and then Rome getting all those legions over there. But of course they are not coordinating actively, so that's I guess where it all falls apart. Might be able to take out that colony. I mean, I guess if you take that mountain, you could transition the horses south and double move one of the southern cities, but even then, I just think Zardoz should have enough units at home. I mean, maybe he moved all of them out and is very scared of Palenque. Maybe he's fearing a larger stack from Antiquity than seems to be coming. But we don't know that. Maybe if Mac actually doesn't end up pressuring Anti anymore, maybe he just gives up on offense. In that case, Anti could send like 50 Enkidu warriors and try to attack Palenque that way. It's not unfathomable or something like that might happen. But interesting. Rome didn't end up going for the Iron Colony. He's going for that Impy. Not sure what that would do if he got that, but maybe he's just scouting. Maybe he's not even actually looking to attack with that Legion at all. Alright, more boats from Rome. Yay, there we go. Anything in there though? Oh, he gets blocked. The clutch reinforced from Anti, cutting off the landing tiles. Not like he could just land here and have the same effect. But glad that people are still playing. The road has been blocked off, I guess, by Mac. So that's something, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of scrambling for stuff to get excited about at this point, because these guys are really not putting up a whole lot here. No pressure, but all these border expands, yeah, and he's not messing around. He's bringing those workers, joining cities and rushing libraries, I assume. It's getting those expands real quickly. Look at the score, and he's really running away with that, but I guess that's just the power of Sumeria for you guys. Whew. All right. Just trying to get a sense of the overall tourney score after this game, trying to figure out how that's gonna go. So let's think out loud, everybody, shall we? Anti running away with the score lead, so that's going to be 5 points for his team. Neither he nor Kismic managed to get a kill, so it's going to remain at this +5, most likely. Then we got Maclunkey, who's pretty firmly establishing himself as the second place scorer. That's 3 points. Cheese got 1 kill for his team, so that would be 4 points +4 off of this game. And we have Team Halu, looking like they're about to finish in last. So that's 1 point for score, but they got 2 kills, so that's 3 points overall. At least they're not going home empty-handed. And after that ByzFire play, that's definitely one of the tourney games of all time that will be remembered, at least by me, and probably by most of you guys as well. The clutch Kelp defense with the monarchy play and the absolute money slap to start off that triple kill turn at Palenque. Truly a memorable one, although the 15 turns at Halu are a bit of a snoozer, admittedly. But still, every team probably happy with how that game played out in the end. Anti got away with a steal there. I feel like they're pretty lucky that Cheeze and Zardoz ended up killing each other there. Otherwise, that number 1 scoring position could easily have been a last place in scoring. And since they didn't get any kills, yeah, they honestly, Anti has just been gifted that win here by Zardoz and Cheeze attacking each other. And that's a meta play. You have to think about that in retrospect, if you're Cheeze. Was it even smart to kill Biz here? Maybe it would have been smarter not to kill Byzantine. Because if you didn't do that, you would finish second in score, which you still ended up doing. But Anti wouldn't have gotten first place. It would have been Team Halu who had the first place in score. And maybe that would have been better for Team Cheeze. Honestly speaking, could see that happen. Although he said he was scared of Byzantine and Zardoz killing him afterwards, which would not have been great, but it wouldn't have been more kills than ended up happening either way, because he still died, right? I mean, it's tough to say really, but I get the sense that I guess in that case, if Cheeze still dies, then they might get last place in scoring. So it's debatable. It's definitely debatable whether or not that was worth it, but it feels like it's the safer route to go. Get the kill while you can. And because the scoring situation by no means was figured out at that point, right? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Was that kill a mistake, potentially? Not so sure. Looking back at things. Maclunkey even ending his turns already. It doesn't look like he's got a whole lot going on. I didn't even see what happened to that horse stack. But yeah, my bad, I guess. But you know, that's how much faith I have in stuff happening here. Good game by Max still, right? I mean, he's played that score well early. He's now been overtaken by Sumer, but not sure that could have been avoided anyways. He's built a big military, survived the classic Rome experience. Sadly, no kills for him this time around, but no, did a good job with the position that he had. Realized he could build freely, and did so. Let's check in with the dead players once more. Sumer, Rome. Oh, that's the alive players, my bad. Yeah, they're getting closer and closer together now. All within 15 points between first and last. So they're not going to be making the difference here. For Mac, sadly. And I assume he's already been maxing out that happiness slider, so... Well, while we have the time, let's just check it out, actually. We can investigate. Yeah, well, 40% only. And not everybody's happy, so he's not maximizing the value from that. That's a surprise. Why would he not? Got a galley here, just a singular one though, it seems. Maybe he's been losing galleys to unit support actually, so could be another thing hindering him from making plays or from turning up the happiness slider, but it doesn't matter at that point. Just turn it all the way up, mate. Losing out on some score that way. He's gonna plant another city, looks like, but sadly not gonna be able to road these wines, which would be some free happiness, of course. Six turns left. At this point, it doesn't look like MT's thinking about moving out any military either to attack at Palenque. So, I think the issue is I can't ask people to GG at this point. I can't, because that would give it the fact away that they're not being attacked, right? So that's the only issue. I could just make an executive decision and say, fuck it, this game is over. I call it here, but that's not typically how I roll. Looking forward to grabbing dinner after this one and then getting ready for game 7. By the way, if you're still listening, I should have advertised this way more during the game, but if you're still listening or watching, definitely don't miss out on game 7. That's going to be played later today. In fact, if you're listening right now, live to the broadcast, game 7 is going to start in 2.5 hours. Again, if you're listening live, that's 2.5 hours from now, we're going to be streaming game 7 of this tourney. Huh. Games like this are the reason why I introduced the rule that if everybody agrees, we can just call the game before it's over. But of course, you need everybody to agree, because you never know if they want to make any more plays or something. The issue is that it was a well-intended rule, but how do we get such a GG vote going, right? I mean, they would need to do it, right? One of them would need to say, hey, I don't mean to attack anybody anymore. How about you guys? And if they all ended up, well, but even then, letting them know that you don't plan on making any more attacks could motivate them to move out with more units than they otherwise would have done, and then maybe you get more danger yourself, right? So it's tough. I'm just thinking about how we could speed up this process in the future games. We've got 3 more to play. 2/3 of the tournament done after this one. After this here game. I guess people could end turns. That would be a discreet way of saying that you GG, right? But Zardoz and Anti not really been doing that. Oh, Zardoz does so now. Alright. It's all about you, Anti. You have the power. Doesn't look like he's still moving stuff, is he? I mean, he's got like 90 units, so it wouldn't surprise me if he did, but... Oh yeah, he's actually still moving. Okay, never mind. Fair enough then. 3 turns left. Still, nothing changing here, right? You see Anti's just running away with the score lead, 15 points ahead of Mac. Still, Zardoz still falling behind, holding on where he is. And despite Mac planting tons of cities, he's only able to keep the scoring gap the same, not able to close it. And still 15 points, 14 points separating Incans and Celts at this point. GG's here. I'm just saying, don't miss out on game number 7. Fresh map. Getting potentially some new players in there. Sure, different ones from this game, I assume, but you know, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be, again, we've played every map type twice now, so once remaining for all the different maps. We're gonna start in game 7 again with Iron Capital for everybody, and we'll see how that works out. That's hilarious to me. He's just parking the units. Yeah. It's not even doing stuff with them anymore. Within vision of the enemy too. Still sending settlers, alright. Planting that in the last turn. He's trying to squeeze out the max score, but it's just not enough, I'm afraid. Oh, by the way, just because we've got some downtime to talk about this, the way I can prove to you guys that I did not make this map myself and that it's an actual random generated map. Look at this. If I had made this map, this would have been a canal. Look at this. You can sail here. You could make a canal city here, and then here, and then here. And it's one tile too many. It's one tile too thick, that land bridge up north. Otherwise it would be such an awesome canal. But yeah, as you can see, if I had made this map, that definitely would be a canal right there. It's a pity, but I didn't want to make changes just for the sake of it. Well, not sure who he's asking there, but probably not me, right? I can't tell you. Let's investigate the city, I guess, right? I mean... Oh. That's like 25 MPs. Not bad. Last turn is started. Any more people attacking with their last remaining units? Here's the galley. Didn't manage to get the landing off in time. Unfortunate. If there's even anything in there, we don't even know that, right? Poor Mac. Didn't even have maps. Wonder if he... Did he ever make contact with Cheese? I don't even know. Alright. Coming to a close, people. Ending their turns. I like to see it. Mac planting that city is still... He's tried. Again, I commend him. I commend everybody. It's a pretty well played game. I guess Kismic would be the one who threw by losing his stack on the Celts, but I mean, was a reasonable attack, I think. So no, definitely a decent level of play here, wasn't it? Hope we can all agree on that. How many first do we have here? Look at this. Forest there and down here. Two different sides of the map with the forest first. Okay, there we go. Let's just, for the sake of it, check the score again. We've got Sumeria and Mayans. 282. Got Rome and Incans. 260. And we've got Zulu and Celts. 224. So, very clear first, second, and third place finishes. Please, again, the reminder, join me in a little bit less than 2.5 hours from now when Game 7 starts. Or at least the broadcast is going to start, you know how it goes. These are the standings after this game. 3 games remaining in the tournament. And we're going to play all of them today and tomorrow. So don't miss out on any of these. Keep the notifications up in the Steam group or the Discord. And keep supporting your favorite teams. This is looking exciting. You can see the standings are still pretty tight with 3 games left. That 10-point score gap between first and last place could easily be made up in the process. We'll see if Team Halu can mount a comeback here, or if Team Anti runs away with the tournament lead. Until then, I'll see you guys in a few hours, and please keep on supporting. You've been awesome in the chat. Love to see it.